Hi everyone, welcome to Follow Your Heart. I'm Ann Cullen and I'm talking about gentle discipline today. So I had a mum write in and say when her daughter did something, she most of the time responded really gently, but sometimes, not so much. And she's a little bit worried about that. So let's talk about the idea of perfection versus what you do most of the time. So first of all, of course, there's no such thing as a perfect parent. There's no such thing as a perfect human. So by showing your child that you don't always get it right, you're actually doing them a favor. You're teaching them that this is a normal part of human behavior, a normal part of relationships, to get frustrated sometimes, to get angry, to get sad, whatever it is. All of those emotions are okay, and sometimes those behaviors that we don't love are also okay. It's really what you do most of the time that matters. So, and there's no percentage, there's no, scale to judge what most of the time is. But, if you're finding that you are very often, acting aggressively, acting in anger, just really not coping with your child's behaviors or emotions or, life in general, of course, it's time to get some help. It's time to reach out and get some support, either to a person like myself or somebody in your area. It really is what you do most of the time. So if your most of the time is to respond aggressively or angrily, then get some help. But if most of the time you're doing okay and you have that occasional slip up, where you didn't respond how you wanted to, then the first thing I want you to do is be compassionate. If you can't be compassionate with yourself, you're going to find it really hard to be compassionate with your child or anybody else in your life. So I want you to focus on being compassionate, talking to yourself, how you would talk to a friend in that situation. Really notice what language you use and how you beat yourself up when you mess up. So that's the first thing. The next thing is what you do with your child. So I want you to consider how you talk to them or respond to them after that little mess up. So you just got angry, you yelled at them, you did something that just to you wasn't appropriate and it's not how you wanted to act. So this is your chance to apologize in the way that feels good to you. This is your chance to teach them that sometimes we do things that aren't very nice to other people, but that we can apologize to them, we can make repairs, we can make amends, we can do a makeup, we can find something to help them feel better. So how you respond and to yourself internally, and then what you do about it afterwards to make it up or repair that relationship break is really, really important. And we can all do better at that. And it can carry on into any of our relationships. So, I just want to say a little word right here because it seems appropriate to talk about this whole idea of getting children to say, I'm sorry, when they've done something like, hit somebody or take their toy or, somehow they've done something and the little person or their sibling or whatever is crying or upset or it's you. Forced apologies really don't help anybody. So there's really no space for a forced apology. That feeling of I'm sorry comes from a true sense of empathy, which, to be honest, doesn't start to develop for most of us until after the age of 3. So really what we want to start teaching our very young children is that, that they do, what they do does matter, but that we don't need to force them to feel empathy or to say sorry, that those things will come naturally as their brain matures and they have that ability. So the best thing you can do, especially before the age of 3, is model. Model what empathy looks like. Model what an apology looks like. They will be soaking all of that up. You are showing them the way. So that is the best thing you can do, especially in those first couple of years. And after that, you keep on going. You keep on going. And we raise empathetic children by actually teaching, by modeling, I should say, by modeling empathy. You're empathetic to me as a little person, then I am going to turn into an older child and an adult with empathy as well. So until next time, I'd love hearing more of your questions. So keep sending them in. What do you want to know about discipline? What are you struggling with? What reactions are you noticing in yourself? Send in your questions, send in your comments, and tune in for another Follow Your Heart episode tomorrow. Bye, everyone.